Hi folks, welcome back to the Carver's Woodshop. This is Arlene from Honeybrook, Pennsylvania. I'm finally going to do a video. It's been several months since I've done one, so if I'm a little rusty, forgive me for that, but I'll try to get a video out here of a new project. Many of you have seen my Coffee Santa, and the Coffee Santa was very popular. It's the bald-headed Santa. The Coffee Santa, and I actually ended up turning him into a beer Santa. So we have one with Coors and we have one with Miller, and with a droopy look on its face. Now if you don't want that droopy eyelid look, you can make him into a Coffee Santa, which you just change the mug without the foam on the top and turn it into a Coffee Santa. So I'm going to teach you how to make these way before Christmas. It is now the end of May, and as many of you know, I've been so busy here at the farm painting and getting things up to par here. So many things were desperately needed to be repaired, and I've been doing this mostly on my own, so it's taken all of my time. So my interest in carving kind of subsided for a while, but I felt it was time to do a video on this. And let's start with some of the measurements. Let me just grab the ruler here to show you how long they are. They're about 3 inches and a quarter. Okay, 3 1/4 inches long, and they're about an inch and a half by an inch and a half is what I have here. Let me make sure that's right. Yes, an inch and a half by an inch and a half. Okay, and then I started tapering it about 1.5 inches up. I started to taper it up, and on the top here it's a little about an inch and a quarter by an inch and a quarter. Alright, so when you go to your bandsaw, you're just going to cut off a little bit to taper these off. This is one we were doing in class. I didn't get to finish mine, but I had the original Coffee Santa. I must have sold it at the show, so somebody has my original first one. I think I know who it is, but when I was making these, some people said, well, can he hold a wine bottle? And I thought, well, it'd be nice if he held a mug full of beer. And this is like the after Christmas Santa. You can have a lot of names for it: the Coffee Santa, the Beer Santa, or the After Christmas Santa. So let's get started here. I'll show you what the first thing we need to do here. I need a pencil, and I don't see one in sight. That is not good. Let me look in here and see if I have anything in here. I thought I was all prepared for this, and of course I'm not as prepared as I thought. Go up here and see if there's anything here. Oh yes, there's one. Okay, found one. Sorry for the delay, but anyway, I'm not opposed. I'm a religious. I'm a person of faith, but I'm not against drinking a beer now and then. My dad often had a beer after he did some haying or a lot of strenuous work here at the farm, and it wasn't uncommon for him to have a beer after that. And I'm not saying a 6-pack, I'm saying 1 beer, maybe 2 at the most, but it wasn't something my dad did every night. When he was done farming, it was something he did occasionally when it was a lot of work and it was really hot out. And the barns were very, very warm. You know, when it was 90 degrees outside or 100, it was that degrees in the barn. But anyway, so we're not opposed to drinking beer. I enjoy a beer now and then, and a glass of wine now and then, so that's okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is try to figure out where his ears are going to be. That's the most important thing right now. So we're going to go up here and we're going to kind of measure this. I'll kind of use this as a protocol, one of these. Figure out what's going to be your front, which is going to be your back. So we're going to do this as the front. And I'm just going to mark off the ears. Now if you really need to know the distance for that, I can give that to you. It's about 1 3/4 inches up. Okay, so once you get the one ear on there, you want to kind of measure it with your finger, put your line there, and go to the other side and do the same thing. And now you want to measure it from the top because you want to make sure it's exactly where it should be, otherwise your ear is going to look funny. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just kind of undercut the ear here on the bottom of each ear. And you kind of mark which was the front, which I did here. And I'm going to start rounding off a little bit of the head, the top here. Just kind of take off the corners. Now some of you have asked about the power strop that I have in about 3 or 4 videos prior to this video out now. I have the sharpening system. I still have those available for those of you that are still interested. I do my little gouges on them and my knives on them, and I use that exclusively for all my sharpening needs right now. Okay, so we have the bottom of the ears and we rounded off the top. Now we're going to measure how long the ear is. The ear is about a ½ inch. Okay, so you want to go up here and you want to kind of go up. Whoops, sorry about that. Didn't mean to move that. About a ½ inch up here and about a ½ inch up here. Now it's very important when you do these first 2 cuts to look at it from the front to make sure that they're even. Okay, so you're going to go straight in, come down, okay, and you're going to trim that off next to the ear. Okay, same thing over here. You're going to go across, come down. Make sure you have your glove on and your thumb guard on before you carve. You know, it's important to do that. So okay, so this is our front, and I'm looking at it, and it still looks, as much as I can measure this stuff, I always find the ears look off, and I don't know why that is. So let me do this. I'm going to go from the very end of here, and I'm just going to go across. Okay, and I'm just going to cut this up a little bit. Alright, now what we're going to do here is we're going to continue rounding this off a little bit, but we're going to figure out where the nose goes. Okay, so the nose on this is about the same distance, just about right under the ears. The bottom part of the nose shows up, or it's a little bit higher. So when I did my line across to check the ears, the bottom of the ears, this is where the bottom of the nose is going to be. Alright, so I'm just going to go up a little bit, maybe a 1/16 of an inch, and I'm going to put a stop cut right there. I'm going to go in pretty deep, alright, just like so. Alright, the other thing we're going to do is we're going to figure out where the eyes are going to go here at the top of the bridge of the nose. We're going to kind of cut that out at the top. So that's about, let me measure this. That's about another ½ inch up. So we're going to go up a ½ inch. So that's a little bit lower than I thought. But okay, let's do it right there. ½ inch. And we'll be right back.